Imagine waking up to this because your nation's central bank has an absurdly stupid monetary plan, or being so frustrated that you strip naked in protest after the bank refused to give you 20,000 Naira from your own account that supposedly has 20 times that amount already in it. Or this man who climbed on top of the service counter and stripped after workers apparently failed to provide him with his requested money. Well, that's exactly what is happening in Nigeria after the central bank's failed release of their new Naira notes. It's led to desperate and chaotic scenes that include fights at ATMs, protests, and mob attacks on commercial banks as people try to get enough cash to sustain their daily lives. Even the bank staff are often caught on the wrong side of the crisis as they're forced to escape these escalating situations through improvised escape routes, which include traversing rooftops in order to conceal their movement. Now, one bank official was quoted as saying, "The CBN is endangering banks and their employees by claiming that it has given us more than enough new notes." He also added, "The economy is being strangled and the banks can't complain openly or fight back because of the fear of sanctions. But don't take my word for it. Let's go to our Nigerian correspondent in Lagos for an on-the-ground perspective." I'm delighted to have with us today Ms. Zibi from Lagos, Nigeria. She is the creative director of Zad Africa, an African fashion online platform which caters to both local and international clients. First question is, how is it impacting you as a family?
It's been crippling, even making purchases. We find it very difficult accessing cash. I have kids. I can't get grocery. I can get electricity. I can get fuel to power my generator. I do not know how I'm going to survive, speaking for citizens now. So it's been a very, very difficult one living. All banks are shut down. You can't do walk-ins. The livelihood has been terrible. If you do not have a car of your own and you want to use the public transportation or public means of transportation, that's also very difficult because if you don't have a new Naira note, you cannot board these buses. There are no alternatives.
How is it affecting you as a private business owner?
Still has been slow, almost crippling. It's really affecting small, medium-scale businesses are crippling. Some are dying. We do not have physical paper to print with money. Maybe they just come up with an option to say you do not need physical currencies anymore.
So how is the lack of money affecting the security issues in Nigeria?
Oh, been alarming. There's definitely been an increase. In 2 weeks, we'll be having the election on the 25th precisely, and it's already chaotic. Safety in Nigeria right now is almost not accessible. You're not secured in Nigeria because people are barging into stores. The increase of theft is overwhelming over the past few weeks. POS points are endangered. These POS agents have decided to either hide. If you do not have their direct contact to call them that you want to get some money from them, they are not coming out because we have loads of them on the streets. But they're not there anymore because they're afraid that they could be robbed from hoodlums or even passers-by.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much.
So why were the new Naira notes even introduced? Well, the Central Bank of Nigeria gave 4 reasons for introducing the currency redesign and replacement policy. The main aim is to tackle inflation, which is currently at 21%. Also, 80% of the current Naira notes are held outside of the financial institutions. And these new notes are supposed to be more secure because they're harder to forge. And the Central Bank also hopes to promote a cashless society by limiting cash withdrawals. Well, I have a solution to this problem. Dump your national currency and adopt Bitcoin instead. After all, Bitcoin has a finite supply, limiting new coins and automatically controlling inflation. Bitcoin also uses cryptography for secure transactions, which makes it nearly impossible to forge, which is much safer than traditional currencies. It's also the perfect medium for a cashless society because Bitcoin is a digital currency. It enables fast and secure transactions. I mean, isn't that supposed to be the purpose of your e-Naira? But I suspect the real problem is Bitcoin operates on a peer-to-peer network, allowing users to hold their own coins in a digital wallet. And we all know that's exactly what the corrupt elite are afraid of, giving power and independence back to the people via universal banking that cannot be controlled directly by the government or central banks, which is the real and underlying danger of your CBDC token, e-Naira, which is designed to continue to stranglehold on your citizens.